Hello students, today we are going to see this topic changing list elements. So before going into the topic, we'll just see a quick recap. So in the previous class we have learned about accessing elements using for loop and list length. Okay, so these are all the topics that we have seen in the previous class, and we have also seen accessing all elements of a list by using loop concept. Okay, so while loop and for loop, and even you can see that we have retrieved the list of elements in the reverse order by using negative subscript value. Okay, so negative indexing method, and we have used positive indexing method to starting from 0 till the number of elements in the forward order, and from -1 to list of elements in the reverse order. Okay, so and we have seen this list length. Okay, so there is a function, predefined function, which is known as len. Okay, so here in this example you can see that len is a function uh, that will find the number of elements present in the list. So and you can see that accessing elements using for loop. So in the previous topic we have seen accessing elements using while loop, uh, and a positive indexing method and a negative indexing method, but this is a new one, accessing elements using for loop. So this for loop, the meaning of for loop is given in an English word. Okay, so English sentence: for every elements in the list of in the list, and print the name of the item. Okay, so this is the meaning of for x in marks. Okay, so mark is a list that contains some list of marks. So this x will take individual value from this mark and print it in the next statement. So today we are going to see this changing list elements. So how to change the list of items which is already present in some list, and changing it or modifying it or editing it. Okay, so in Python the list are mutable. Mutable meaning Mutable meaning changing. You can able to change, which means that you can change a list of element or range of elements can be changed or altered by using simple assignment operator, which is known as equal to. Okay, so the assignment operator is equal to symbol in Python. So in the next statement you can see that they have given some syntax. So list variable, which means that name of the list, and index element. Okay, so which element you want to change. Okay, that index of it, either positive indexing or negative indexing, you can give the value there, and equal to symbol, and then the altered value or the changed value. So in the next statement you can see that a range, index from and index to, either it can be positive from 2 to 6, or negative index value from -1 to -6. Okay, so this kind of positive or negative index can be used here. Okay, so this kind of uh, process is known as changing list elements. Okay, so when index from is the beginning index of the range, and index 2 is the upper limit of the range, which is excluded in the range. For example, if you set the range 0 to 5, means Python takes from 0 to 4. Okay, so the law in not only here uh, in Python, whatever loop or range or any kind of upper limit to lower limit, the Python will eliminate the last element of it. Okay. So if you give the range from 0 to 4 sorry, 0 to 5 means the fifth element will be eliminated. It will take only from 0 to 4. Okay. So thus, if you want to update the range from element 1 to 4 means you should specify from 1 to 5. Okay. So here you can see that they are given an example Python program to update change single value. So you can see that in this program you can see that they have updated only one element from the list. Okay. So my list is equal to 2 comma 4 comma 5 comma 8 comma 10. So in that the next statement you can see that they are printing status of my list. Okay, current status before changing. Okay, my my list elements before updating. So you can see that for loop they have used for loop for x in my list. Okay, so this x is a variable that will take all the elements from the list and print it. So my list 2, so single element, my list is the variable, and second 2 is the indexer. Okay, so 0 is 2 and 1 is 4 and 2 is 5. So instead of 5 they are changing it as 6. So in the next statement you can see that they are printing the updated list. Okay, so here you can see that the difference of second element. So 0 is 2, 1 is 4, and 2 is 5 before editing. But after editing or after updation you can see that my list of 2 is 6 here. Okay, 2 4 6. So which is I can see that only one element is changed here. In the next example they will be changing in a range. Okay, so range of elements is changed here. You can see that Python program to update change a range of values. Okay, uh, you can see that my list is equal to 1 3 5 7 9. Okay, 5 elements are present, and a list of odd numbers. So this is the list of odd numbers. Now they are printing the list of odd numbers by using for loop. The next statement you can see that my list 0 to 5. So in the Python you can see that it will eliminate up to it will eliminate the last element. So from 0 to 4 only it will take into consideration. So 0 to 4 is the first 5 elements. So 0 is 1, uh, 1 is 3, 2 is 5, 3 is 7, 4 is 9. So now you are changing that value into even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now 0 is 2, 1 is 4, uh, 2 is 6, 3 is 8, and 4 is 10. So it is changed as even numbers. Okay, so you can see that before changing it, it is odd numbers 1 3 5 7 9. After changing it you can see that it is even number 2 4 6 8 10. So next topic is uh, adding more elements in the list. Okay, so you can see that when you added some element in the previous program or in the previous execution, so you want to add even more values at the end or what whichever place you need. Okay, so there is a predefined function which is known as list.append. Okay, so we are going to see this, adding more elements in a list. So in Python append function is used to add a single element and extend function is used to add more than one elements in an existing list. So append is to add only one single element, but extend is to add more elements in the list. Okay. So in extend function, multiple elements should be specified within square brackets or as arguments to the function. So if you are using extend function to to add some more elements into a list, then you have to use square brackets to denote all the elements that has to be added there. So here you can see that they have given an example. Um you can see that my list is equal to 34, 45 and 48. My list dot append is equal to 90. Okay, so my list dot append 90. So this 90 is added at the end of the list, and you can see that in the end of the list. Okay, so in the above example, my list is created with the three elements, uh, and you can see that my list dot append 90 statement is adding the value 90 is included at existing list at the as a last element. Following print statement shows all the element within the list. Okay, so here they have given another one example. You can see that my list is equal to uh, 34, 98, 98, 47, and a list of names. Okay, Kani, Kannan, Gauri Shankar, Lenin, and Srinivasan. So you can see that my list is printing the uh, my list is printing some values. Okay, so the values of all the elements in the my list. So my list dot insert 3 comma Ramakrishna. Okay, so you can see that at the position of 3 it is adding the Ramakrishna. Okay, so here you can see that 0 is 34, 1 is 98, 2 is 47, but in the position 3 already there is Kannan. Okay, now it is moving the Kannan to the next place and adding the Ramakrishna in the third position. Okay, so that's what it is given the exercise here. So in the above example, insert function inserts a new element Ramakrishna at the index value 3, that is the fourth position. While inserting a new elements in between the existing element, a particular location in the particular location, the existing value is shifted to the shift to push one position to the right. Okay, so this what happens there in the execution. So here also they are given on an example extend. So extend, you can use this extend to add number of elements at the end. Okay, so you can see that 71, 32 and 29 are list as some of the elements. Okay, so that is added at the end. Okay, you can see that it is given inside the square brackets as a parameter to the extend function. So extend function is a predefined function that is available in the Python programming language. So in the above code, extend function is used to include multiple elements uh, to the existing list. Okay, so the print statement shows all the element of the list after the inclusion of additional elements. Next is inserting elements in a list. So as we already learned, append function in Python is used to add more elements in the list, but it includes includes a list at the end of elements at the end of the list. If you want to include an element at your desired position, then you can see that insert function can be used. So this insert function is used to is used to give the it is used to insert a element in desired position as you like. Okay, so with this we'll finish the class today. We'll see the deleting of elements from the list in the next class. So thank you, students.